Are we live, guys? Hello. Mm, Yes, I think we are live. Damn, bro. It's my first ever stream. I can't believe it, bro. Yes, I think we are live. So, yes, there we go. We are live. How can I enable my webcam? Mm, by the way, it's my first time using OBS and in streaming in general. It's my first time using this OBS software. How can I enable my webcam? Put away. Mm, I'm just ignoring the webcam part. I was planning to do a full live stream with my webcam. I think that would be cool. But anyways, let's start today's streams. It's my first ever stream. My name is Pranav, mm, and I'm currently learning full stack development and all that ID stuff. So yes, uh, actually my purpose behind to start this streaming is like speak more English. By the way, all my streams, I'm trying to like do all my streams in English so I can like speak in public and improve my speaking skills, also my confidence speaking with in English. So that's the reason why I'm starting these streams and all. So today we will discuss and learn about the some loop concepts in JavaScript. I have like created a notes on a Notion, so we will be learning from that notes. It will be like quick streams, by the way. Like it will be very short because you know it's my first time doing this kind of stream. I mean any kind of stream. Let's see how it goes. Bro, like recently I've encountered this it's taking too much time to load the website and all. I think it's not the connection issue, it's the browser or my laptop issue, I guess. Because on my phone, it's like I'm using 5G hotspot, by the way. My phone is like giving me impressive speed, like 5G speed, like a 50 or 60 Mbps. But I don't know what happens when I try to use my mobile internet in my laptop. You can show you by the way. Let me check my internet speed. There you go. This thing is also a lot of internet traffic. It's like a 3 MB per second. That's actually quite decent speed considering where I live. By the way, I live in a village. I don't want to say that on internet publicly. So yes, this is the JavaScript. I mean the documentation or notes you can say I built it. So we'll be learning this. I mean I'm also like doing what to call that word, my religion. Right. I will be also doing a revision with this. So iterable methods in JavaScript, like iteration methods. We will be learning that today. So in JavaScript there are like multiple loops and there are also multiple iteration methods where we can like iterate iterable objects or arrays or multiple things. So coming to the loops, there are like for loop, there is while loop, there is do while loop. I think that's it. There are main three loops. So let me explain one by one. Just a quick overview. So in for loop, the syntax goes like this. So here uh, in, uh, in this syntax, here where is my cursor currently right now? Here we write first initialization, initialize, and here after initializing the variable, we will like I think what does it call? Initialization condition. Here in last, we say increment or decrement. So this is like basic uh, syntax of a for loop. Here we initialize variable. Uh, Here we give the condition, and here we increment or decrement the variable. And based upon that, the loop like continues. So basically, loop is just like a block of a code which can run that block of code multiple times depending on the condition which we write here. That's basically the simple language, the layman's language. That's it. This is the quick overview for the for loop. And in a while loop, um, the syntax basically goes like this. So for loop. This is the code block. If this condition is right, then this code block will execute. And in this while loop, we the basic syntax is like this condition, and we do the initialization part here, but it is not included in this overall syntax. So while this condition is true, then this block of code will execute. Code block. If this condition is true, then this code of block will execute. Once this condition get false, then it will like break from this loop and it will just go into the next line. As we all know, JavaScript is an interpreted language, so it interprets the code. It start from it basically read and run the code, execute the code line by line. So when this condition goes false, it will automatically exit this while loop and goes to the next line. And this is the do while loop. Do something while. Let me check. By the way, I'm also learning Java, so that might be confusing. But now, so Gemini, is there a do while loop in JavaScript? Yes, there is a do while loop. I don't usually use these do while loops. They are not very common. So these are the basic syntax, and this is the code block that we are talking about. So how this works is like so the basic difference between while loop and do while loop is this. Uh, first, uh, first like a first iteration, it will check the interpreter will check this condition. If this condition is true, then only this block will execute. Even the first condition is false, then this block will not be executed. So, in order to execute this while loop once, we have to like this condition has to be true. Uh, if the condition is false, the this code this code block will not be executed even once. And in a do while loop, no matter what the condition is, even if this condition is false from the first iteration, uh, still this code do code will code block will execute. Then it will check the condition for the second part of the iteration. So the basic difference is this. It will it will check the condition, and based on that it will execute. First the condition is checked, then the code block is executed. So if the condition is false in the first place, this code block will not get executed. But in do while loop, like you can definitely say that even if the condition is false from the first iteration, this do while loop code block will get executed at least at once, at least like one time. So that's the basic difference. And these are the like basic overview of the loop. And let's get to the iteration method parts. So JavaScript comes with a built-in like a different iteration methods, and which will like which makes the developers process of iterating or cleaning the data or like doing any kind of functionality with the iterable objects like easy. So the first iterable methods we are learning is for each. So for each, so we can like add this method on array or any other iterable object. This for each like method, what it takes, these are the like basic syntax. So first we uh, uh, say the iterable objects, then uh, dot, and we call this method. So in that method, we can take three arguments. First is like element, second is index, which is like automated calculated starting from zero, and third is like iterable object, and this is the code block. So it will iterate through the array elements one by one, and we can access that through each element in each iteration through element variable that we are declared here. So let's say mm, we have this mm, array 1, 2, 3, 4, and we want to iterate this without using loops but using iterable methods. So what I will do, I will here got for each, and inside this method I will write a arrow function. This is the code block. Here we will add a argument. So I will call each iterable variable, and it's up to us like we if we wanna assign this uh, arguments or not. We can assign index or we can just set blank. So with this I can like console log element. It basically was simply like a loop, like any for looplets. So it will this for each loop basically iterate through uh, each element inside this iterable, and we can access each iterable with this argument that ELM that we have provided. So this is the basic approach and the concept of the for loop, and we have to also understand that using for each, like where you can use this is, let's say we are so sure that we have to iterate through object like each time we are so sure we don't want to break into uh, like half of the iteration. We are sure that we have to iterate through the whole object. Then we can use for each instead of a for loop uh, and all. And the one other part is for each don't return any values. It will not get you a new array. So these are the main thing about the for each. So let's get through the notes. Execute provided function once on each array elements. So as I said, it will iterate through every object, and it will perform. We can perform operation or we can have functions here, which will manipulate this array. So we can write functions here, we can provide functions, or we can code here that will we can perform on each individual elements of each elements in array. And mainly we Use this for side effect like logging, updating your other kind of stuff, and it does not return a new array. So this is the basic syntax as we talked about it, and this is the example. We have declared a where array con numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. We are adding a for each method on it, and we are calling each element of that array num, and this is the index variable that we can access with console log index. These are the template literals, and represent index 1, sorry, index 0, no, index 1, because index start with the 1. I'm not so sure about it. Let's try this using online Java compiler, JavaScript compiler. So it's not compiled, compiler actually. It's interpreter. Hmm, let me cross check it. Is JavaScript compiled or language? Informate typos here. Hmm, historically interpreted. With JavaScript was probably considered an interpreted language. Okay, then just compiler. Okay, so let's see. Strictly purely compiled like C. So, so it's basically like Java. And also like learning Java. So I can say like, okay, okay, let's start from zero. So this is the basic of for each method that we learn. Next one is map. And it is also like syntax is basically same, but the main difference for the map for each is this. Let's me play. So the basic difference is mm, so the basic difference is uh, for each will not return you new array, but the map method will return you a new array. And instead of manipulating this array that we are doing in a for each method or calculating or adding functions uh, using a for each method, instead of that in a map method, what we do is, as you all know, map will return you a new array. So to be able to construct a new array inside this block, code block, we have to write a condition that will return condition that will return true or false. Based on that condition, we will create a new array. This map function will return a new array. So if this condition is true for each element, then the new array array that this map function will create. So let's go through the example. Let's say we are iterating this ARR array, and we have to somehow write a condition here which will return true or false based on each element that we want to have in a new array. So let's learn with this with the example. Let's say we want to have a new array with all mm, even numbers. So for that we have to write a condition. I think we use written here. Mm, we have to create even numbers. So for that we have to write check if the current element is even or not, and if it is even, we will return true. If it is false, we will return false. So we'll check if it is divisible by 2, then we will return true, else false. So what is this method is doing? Let's go through the debugging process. First, it will iterate first element, the first index which is 1. It will check if it is divisible by 2, 1 is not, so it will return false. So 1 is false. Then 2 is divisible by 2, so it will return 3, 3 is not divisible by 2, false. 4 is divisible by 2, false is not. So as you can see, uh, based on the condition, it will return true or false, and this based on these results, the map method that we're using, it will create a new array based on this condition. So the new array will be, as you have guessed, it will only include those elements which are true. So this 2 is false, right? So the new array will contain this array. Later, let's not on. So yes, that's the idea. Let's go through the nodes, create a new array, populate with the result of calling provided function on every element. Let's call an array. It does not manipulate the array, original array. This is the main thing, important thing we have to understand. Now function or the method will return you a new array. It does not do any changes on the original array, right? And this is the main basic syntax. This example, we are creating a new array. The numbers, we are adding map method on that array. For each, we are calling each number, and sorry, I think I will explain is about the condition part here. It is a filter method. It is not a map method. It's not a, I think here you can write, you can manipulate this element here. And the condition part about here, like if it is true, then only it will contain. This is about the filter method, right? And in lab, we can like perform perform operation here, which will be included in the very right. So we are calling each element a number, and sorry, we are calling each element a number, and we are like while creating a new object, we are taking a square of that number. So 2 into 4 into 3, 9, that's it. Next is filter. As I have explained, it is also return a new array which will pass the condition. And the function should return a boolean value as I have explained in this example. The code block should always return a boolean value which is the code comes, and if it is true then the new array will include that element. If it is false then it will not. So we use this in scenarios like we have to filter through an array. We have to like only get those array which are true. I mean those elements which are true. And the fourth one is reduce. Actually, reduce is a function on each element of the as using the single output. Reduce person complex symbol objects. Okay, so the reduce method, yeah, we can execute on literal objects or array. So the main like it will not return you a new array, but it will return you a single output value at the end. It will definitely iterate through each element, but it will only return you a single output value. So we have to calculate this array. For example, we are thinking through the each element by adding to accumulator, and see the initial value of the accumulator, right? This is the find return of boolean value return through. Let's iterate through each element inside our table, but we have to write a similar to the filter method. We have to write a condition here, and it will return I think a single output value, but it will, that single output value will be the first condition which turn true, that will add this function or the method iteration method will stop there when we can't encounter our first true condition. It will break out from that method and will the result it will be a single integral. And these are the some common. So yes, that's about it. We have learned about the iteration method, like for each filter and reduce and also find. So yes, that's about it. And I enjoyed it. Actually, I'm talking very slow because I'm in my house right now. So yes, I think it's time to go. Bye.